it seems that Arendal won the coin toss, so they will be starting the game off. Arendal, a very young team. They seem to only have about 7 years of experience, the three players out there. So this has to be a team of the future, no doubt.
So they're very young. You know the age?
Look, man, proper preparation, research.
Yeah, but you're the research man.
I know.
I'm just the stupid one controlling the music also.
Okay, so Aarhus starting out with very high defensive pressure here. Twice now catching out Arendal, getting the ball into the boards, and thus we have two early face-offs here. Once the game sort of slows down and stops in the boards, the referee will often decide that we have to reset the game and move it to a face-off in one of the sides. Nice opportunity here. Jakob pulls it back out. Jakob Dahl, the star of the Aarhus team.
Yeah, he's the star. He's the ball man.
He will be running. He will be handling the ball most of the time for sure.
But I think you can see
here a nice opening. Good save here by
Ole.
By Ole Halkom, the Norwegian goalkeeper with the hat there.
The hat man.
Yeah, stylish guy. Stylish guy. Again, the ball getting locked in the boards. Aarhus recovers.
I think you can see here early on in the game that it's going to be a tough match for Arendal, because it seems like the defense is on a lot of pressure.
No doubt that Aarhus is the favorite here. But that was my experience playing Arendal. A couple of years ago, I had
you played them yourself?
I had the opportunity to play them in Flensborg Open, and my experience with them was that they're defensively very disciplined team that may occasionally struggle offensively. So I think this sort of this overall pattern of the game will continue with Aarhus applying pressure and Arendal hoping for counterattacks.
But and they're normally like 4 players, but we heard a rumor that some of them are sick. They have a girl back in Norway.
Yes,
she had to stay home because she got sick.
Sadly, has fallen ill. So
is that a player you know, or is?
Yeah, she was on that team I played back then. So.
But is she a starter normally?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. What a shame.
Yeah. It's their big chance, Arendal, not normally considered one of the top 2 teams in Norway, but they were a pleasant surprise and they knocked off Lillestrøm, which viewers from last year may remember. So
yeah, we remember Stian.
Oh, very close. But again, Halkom is where he needs to be in the goal. Alexander Ibsen getting a turn on the ball here.
So this is like
a lot of contact in front of goal, and the referee sees it and calls Jakob Dahl for a screening offense.
So this is like the old Aarhus team, not with Jacob in it, here from the beginning of the match.
Not with Jacob in it.
No, like Jacob Mortensen.
Oh yeah, Jacob Mortensen on the bench. Normally I would guess he would start for them, but he's new on the team, and thus maybe they have elected Coach Christopher Hansen has elected to go with the more experienced group of players of Nina Nielsen, Alexander Ibsen or Jakob Dahl. Again, very locked down here. That's a very slow game here early on. Some might even say a little bit boring.
Yeah, it's a little bit boring actually.
So another face-off. Again, it's very important for Arendal to win these, so that they can get some seconds in possession.
Yeah.
Again, Jacob wins it.
So
Oh,
now
huge
that's,
opportunity here. This has to be a goal. Yeah, there
and
it
it's there.
is. There it is.
But it seems to not to work. Like every time we get a goal here, I will be announcing it and playing some music, but this time it wasn't working that well.
Some early technical
Yeah.
difficulties here.
But like we also like it's a year ago since we did this last, and our technical setup is much more advanced this year actually.
Maybe a bit too advanced, huh?
Yeah, maybe it's too advanced. Both of us are wearing these headsets like we're in a hockey or football match, like professional, so we can just cut out the noise from the crowd. But it's not like there's not much noise here right now. So these headsets are maybe more for fun and for the good looks, as it is right now.
Aarhus right back at it. The goal changes nothing. They will keep applying the pressure and try to blow it wide open.
But it could it be like if this group one with also Stockholm in it, if it ends like equal between Stockholm and Aarhus,
Yeah,
the goal difference could be the decisive
absolutely.
part. So it's important for them to.
So it's actually pretty important for Aarhus and for the third team in the group, Stockholm, to beat up on Arendal as much as they possibly can, so that they will be able to sort of make do with a tie in the final group game between Stockholm and Aarhus.
Make do with a tie. That's a
Make
good
do
way
with
to
a
say it.
Okay.
Because like we're going to talk English for a lot of hours today and tomorrow. So like we will be practicing our new ways of saying things. And we just chose to call this the playing field. It's the field. And we discussed, should it be hockey court, hockey rink? But we were told it's a field. I don't know about you. Is it accepted to be called a field, or would you still
I
call
suppose so, but the field is outdoors, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But it
That's
was
weird.
like the main referee told us to like shut up and say field.
Well, I'm a big basketball fan. So I don't know. I don't know if I can keep from calling it a court though.
Keep from
Seems like a
playing.
court for me.
Yeah.
In any case, it's been one-sided so far. It's all up in the far end of the court relative to us. Arendal under tons of pressure. And again, look at Aarhus. They lose possession of the ball, but they stay right on top of their opponent, not letting them breathe at all. Here a small screening violation from Nina Nielsen, and Arendal gets frislag, we say in Danish.
Yeah, it's like
A free kick, only not
yeah,
kicking.
a free hit with ball. But like, if you're sitting at home and you have any suggestions
Oh,
to us,
yeah.
what should we call this? Because we have like you can hear it already now. Huge problems with some of these terms. If you got any suggestions, please just write them in the live chat
In the YouTube feed or?
in the YouTube feed. I don't know actually how it works. I'll just try to say hi. And my name is Simon, so if Simon says hi now, that's me. But like, it would be so nice if you guys could help us out.
Again, Arendal barely getting cross midcourt. Oh, huge goal scoring opportunity for Alexander Ibsen. He would like that one back. That's for
Alexander
sure.
Ibsen, and he only scored one goal last year.
Only
So
one
he's
goal.
like,
huh?
yeah, he told me.
Yeah.
So he's like,
They had a tough tournament last year, Aarhus, and they're out for revenge.
and I just said hi to anybody in the chat. So I said hi. Please let us know if you're there.
And look, we'll answer some questions too if you have some.
And you'll do
To
the
best
hockey
of our
questions.
ability.
You'll do the hockey questions.
Okay.
But if you want to ask me about anything else, it could be like weather or music or something else, just do it. We will try that. We have a lot of time actually, so you're very
Yeah, we'll be
welcome
here all weekend, so
all night long.
all night long.
And I forgot to mention that this is my absolute favorite referee, Christopher Stormark. In the yellow, he's very serious, and that's something I very much appreciate because you can always hear him. Like
No doubt, he knows what he's doing. That's for sure.
we got good referees all over, but he's my favorite.
Absolutely. He allows almost no contact, and he's very, very tough to sneak anything by.
Yeah, but he's good at communicating.
Also,
He's
yeah,
very clear in his communication.
yeah. Also with his hand signals and so on. I mean, obviously these are not professional referees, so sometimes that 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 kind of refereeing detail can be lacking a little bit. But Christopher takes it very seriously, and he knows what he's doing.
Oh.
Very close.
Actually, we could use the replay, but that's not working yet.
You guys on YouTube must you can handle your own replays. Huh?
Yeah. Is that possible? Yeah, maybe it
I
is.
suppose you could go back 10 seconds, couldn't you?
Yeah. Could some of you tell us how's the weather like in Norway or Sweden? Here in Denmark, it's not that good today, actually. We've had sun for many days now, but not today, not yet.
So we get the game's first time out, the tournament's first time out. Aarhus called it. Maybe Coach Hansen wasn't quite satisfied with the way they are capitalizing on this, on all of this pressure. They aren't creating too many goal-scoring opportunities. Remember, as we mentioned earlier, Aarhus needs to win big here, so that they can make do with a tie against Stockholm later on.
And we had our first question, Klaus.
We have our first question
from Svensken 5.
Okay.
Will there be one live broadcast for the whole day or one live broadcast for each game? And this broadcast you're watching right now, this will be the same for all of the games today. But we will also have a break when we're going to eat. But like you can see the match schedule for Saturday, and you have to only go in on this stream to watch these different matches. So that's and hello to Svensken 5. It's so good to hear from you guys.
So we're not all alone in the.
We're not all alone.
YouTube
No,
feed.
we have like 13 people are watching.
It's great.
I want to know these people, but I can't see who it is. Whoa.
Almost an own goal here. Jakob Mortensen, the new guy who was substituted in, whips the ball across and hits Anja Larsen on her front wheel, almost going in. And another face-off.
And that's face-off, that's what it's called?
I have no clue.
Okay.
But I'm
But you're trying.
borrowing a term from ice hockey here.
Yeah, because Denmark is a nice hockey country
I think that
these
makes
days,
sense.
so like we
These days the hockey excitement is all over the place.
yeah, but we lost in the end.
That was disappointing. Still though, we beat the Finns. That has to count for something. Oh, yeah, a little bit there. Jakob gets the better of how come finally.
And that was another goal for... Oh, so it's not working? Okay. So we're just having some technical difficulties again, but that's a part of it. I have to play a song and announce the goal scorer, but like it's not working for this match.
Maybe you
But
shouldn't have slept so long. We should have tested earlier this morning.
we tested it yesterday actually. We did,
Okay.
but maybe we forgot because we were sleeping. I don't know. But like, it has nothing to do with you guys at home. It's only about the arena here.
Please bear with us. We'll figure this out.
Okay, actually, we got an insider. Svensson 5 is
Oop. 3-0.
oh, another goal.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So Jakob Monsen, new guy on the team. He started on the bench, but he's been substituted in for Ibsen, and he draws early blood here.
Actually, we got another comment from Svensson 5. Svensson 5 is one of the Norwegians, actually.
That's a weird
Traveling
name.
with
That's a
them,
weird name for
Swag. Yeah,
Norwegian.
that's a very weird name.
Svenska.
So we're just thinking about putting our live stream on their Facebook page. Of course you should do that.
Awesome idea.
But you
Awesome.
really have to explain why you're calling yourself Svensson 5 if you're actually Norwegian. But
Maybe that's its name. Norwegians have weird names.
yeah, maybe that's an undercover thing that we
maybe,
doesn't
yeah.
fully understand. I'm also like feeling Swedish today.
You are?
No,
Okay.
that was just a bad joke.
Didn't get it. Okay, so this is the end of the first half. I think Aarhus can be pleased with this. 3-0 in a half is pretty good, and should
Yeah, that's
be.
actually quite good.
So the two teams ready for second half. Again, I don't expect much change in terms of the flow of the game. Arendal is struggling to win possession, and even when they do to keep possession, they are being dominated right now. Not completely unexpected. I wish they would. Wish they were a little better. I'm a little bit disappointed, I have to say. You know, it's early in the tournament. Maybe they've had a long trip down here, so maybe they'll get going later today. Once again, clear pattern. Jakob misses. Jakob Dahl, that is. Now they have two Jakobs on the court. Aarhus. The ball trapped down under Anja Larsen's chair here, so we're on for what has to be the 10th face-off this game. But Arendal seems to come out with it here for a change. Yeah, they're in trouble again. I mean, Aarhus is relentless in their on-ball pressure. And Jakob back in possession.
Oh,
Big opening here. Nina
oh,
Nina misses.
what a Nina miss.
And Nina miss.
Miss
yeah.
Nina, it's Miss Nina.
It's Miss Nina. Miss Nilsson. She's
Miss Nilsson.
there's a big hole in the air there from where she hit it.
So like, what will be a success for us in this 5-0? Is that
Yeah,
success?
it's a great question. It's a little tough to answer now that we know so little about Arendal. I they got to get 6 here, I think, to
be better than Stockholm.
to do better than Stockholm. Yeah, Stockholm obviously a powerhouse, the defending champions of this tournament, and if they're going to win big here as well, I think. Playing a style very similar to Aarhus with tons of high pressure and fast pace. So okay, so Arendal brings out the ball from their own penalty box here, and don't know how wise that was. Aarhus was in good position to lock them down, but they're trying to get something going. Maybe a little surprise attack like that could have worked. So maybe not too bad of a decision.
Now I can see
Jakob wins again.
at the end of this arena we got Bam Swag in the house. They just arrived, getting ready for their match. I haven't seen them today yet, but now they're here. So this is going to be very exciting. Not to forget this match I just had to mention.
So this we call an offensive foul. Larsen here sort of just turned very abruptly, charging right into to an Aarhus player. I didn't see which. So we call that a basketball style charge, or from team handball.
Yeah. You do that, and I'll do the same.
You'll do the team handball.
Because you choose.
Yeah, wide open.
Oh.
Come on. That is a
Miss Mortensen.
huge opportunity. How did he not get better contact with that? Yeesh. See, when I could have done so much better.
I know, and I could have done better too. But it's almost 15 years ago I played this game, and I sucked. I sucked big time.
You're gonna be a little rusty.
Yeah, a little rusty.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not quite that long ago for me.
I'm good, but probably not better than Jacob.
Probably not.
Probably not. Or Jacob, or Nina, or
so you're
anybody on this field.
Probably not better than one of the best players in the world.
I'm probably not better than anybody here today. But we could make our own team, Klaus, and just...
Oh yeah, we should do that.
No, we should do that. I need you. If you're not there,
I'm saying we, yeah.
Okay. But we need a third player.
Oh, here we go. Once again. Yeah.
Oh.
Now that is child's play.
I'll try the music now.
For you. Oof.
Ooh.
See, that's a very... I mean, did you notice that? That was brilliant. They did this against us as well. They took the kickoff there from center court, and they whacked it on goal immediately. They did this against us, and they actually scored on it.
They did?
Oh, that was so embarrassing. We were.
That's a cool tactic, though.
Absolutely, but that was so embarrassing. We weren't ready at all for that, and they actually that was with like a minute or so left. They equaled up the game, so that was a huge goal.
Ooh.
Oh, man, that's tough luck. Nina getting to the ball very deep and just whips it across, and Ole comes rushing over and knocks it into his own net. Yeah, that's tough luck.
And then we have a timeout. Is that called by Aarhus or is that called by Arendal?
I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, good, but he was pointing at Arendal.
Oh, okay.
So it must be them.
So maybe, yeah.
But they also got a few things to talk over here. It's 5-0 now, and
it definitely feels like this game is getting out of hand for them. That they are dissolving a little bit.
But like if games getting out of their hands, it's like Aarhus' time to just press on.
Yeah, they gotta keep going.
Keep going.
It's a little, I don't know. It feels a little unnecessary to keep beating up on an opponent. But that's just the mathematics of it. If
Yeah.
they want to win this group, they gotta beat Arendal by more than Stockholm will later on. And Stockholm aren't shy. They will keep going as well.
No,
So
they aren't shy.
they aren't shy. They are very. I mean, they're a ruthless team. They are just so good.
Ruthless because they can.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But like
Yeah, I
now,
mean, this is not. It's not like these aren't children. That's these are the best in the world. Gotta keep going.
but I have to admit, I've never seen Arendal before. Now I've seen them for these 20 minutes, around 20 minutes, and it's gonna be tough against Stockholm.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be very tough, and
But I mean, I have seen Stockholm have trouble breaking up a strong defense. With that has been.
against who?
I mean, against some of the other Norwegian teams,
Ah.
especially Bærumsværk, which has a
It's-
very strong defense. And
It's Norwegian. That's typically defensive,
yeah,
like in football.
it's a bit of cliche in football that the Norwegians are defensive, but it's definitely true in elhockey. That I don't know. Maybe it's also just a symptom of them when they play teams from Denmark and Sweden. They are usually underdogs, and that does tend to
Yeah,
lead
okay.
to a defensive gameplay.
Yeah, of course,
So,
it makes sense.
so maybe if you went to Norway and saw them play in the Norwegian leagues where they are the best teams, surely they will look more offensive. And then setting up what we call an orient screen after the Orient, the team of the turn of the century where they were dominating Danish
Yeah, dominating.
Danish hockey.
That's probably not right. It's
Yeah,
it's beyond dominating.
It's an understatement. Yeah. They had they invented a particular way of setting a screen that was very confusing to me when they used it against me for the first time. I had no idea what to do about it. But now it's obviously it's a pretty old.
You were
tactic
like
and,
totally round on the floor,
absolutely,
like we say in Denmark.
absolutely. I was totally
Once
confused.
per gulvet.
Once per goal, yeah. So, but the Aarhus weren't fooled. Jakob stayed home, as we say. He covered the boards, the outer side of the court, and no dice for Arendal. Another substitution. Nina Nielsen goes to the bench, and Alexander comes in. Ibsen comes in. Another huge opening.
That was close.
Yeah, that was close. Jakob did not have any help in that Alexander Ibsen, who was camped out on the left side of the penalty box there. He couldn't actually. He was covered by his opponent, so Jakob had to score himself, and he missed narrowly. A lot of substitutions for Aarhus here. Of course, it's important to get everyone acclimated, get everyone going here in the tournament early on. So it's nice when you start out a tournament with a game that goes somewhat easily, or at least smoothly, so that you can get acclimated.
Yeah, and also get all of the players on the field,
Absolutely.
just to get a feeling, that particular feeling.
And then obviously only bringing three players here to the tournament, so their lineup is set pretty much, huh?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the bad thing with the what's she called again? The sick
Helene Ude.
Helene.
Yeah, sadly.
Also because maybe this is like their big chance.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be a.
It's not like they're getting signed like in football, but like still, it's a big chance. to try and go to the wonderful country of Denmark. That's also a great thing if you haven't tried that.
And obviously to compete against, the elite teams of the world essentially.
Yeah, of the world, actually.
Yeah.
Probably the best teams of the world. I wrote that on Facebook yesterday, and it's right.
It's not too controversial.
No, it's actually not controversial at all.
We are, of course, hinting at referring to that essentially hockey is only played in Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and perhaps northern Germany as well. So.
But what about Canada or North America? I heard.
Yeah, we've tried to sort of spread.
I heard a little whistle about that.
You heard a whispering. We've tried to spread it to North America. I mean, obviously, there's a tradition for ice hockey, and that's an easy way to sort of motivate disabled kids to start and play ice hockey. And we've tried to spread it out. Obviously, that's not done overnight. So I think ice hockey in America still has a lot of has a long way to go. But who knows, Simon? Maybe a couple of years from now we will have American teams here at the Champions League. We can strike the end from the Champions League.
The only problem with that would be like the title Nordic Champions League.
Yeah, so we got to strike.
We
the
could
end.
still have LOBPA as our head sponsor, but Nordic Champions League is not a good title for that. But I would love to call it Champions League just Champions League.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we could.
But could you do hockey on an ice hockey field?
On
a rink?
On the ice surface?
Yeah, just for fun?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely you could for fun, but I'm not sure it would work out very well.
I would like to see it though, but maybe we know a lot of players, they have difficulties if it's too cold.
Yes, obviously.
With their hands and so on.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not good in that perspective.
Oh. That's a huge tackle. That's got to be a... Wow, okay, so it looks like the referee Stormark calls this an offensive foul. He believes that Jakob was sort of forcing the action and charging into Anja Larsen here, but in my opinion, she was backing up really pretty hard there. So.
But what I really like about this is Anja. She's not saying sorry.
No.
She's just
Absolutely. That's totally the impression you get from these Norwegian teams. They are not kidding around, and I mean they mean business. It was almost a little bit of a problem early on when we started playing them, that they were playing very, very physical. And when they got down here, as we say, down to Denmark, and they got Danish referees, they were constantly getting thrown out of games because they were playing way, way, way too physically.
Also,
in our opinion. Yeah, Arendal as well. Although, obviously they haven't played as much down here, but that was definitely the same sort of pattern.
But I remember Lillestrøm from last year. They were like tackling team number one.
Yeah. It's gotten a lot better, I think. Oh, whoa! Hey, we got Arendal on the board. Not too bad. Okay, so...
that was the end of the match?
That was actually the end of the match. They just got that in there?
They made it.
Did they get it?
I can't see that on the scoreboard yet.
It's not on the scoreboard yet, but it might.
But it's on the screen scoreboard. though.
It's on the screen scoreboard.
So
yeah. Rasmus in the control room, he apparently thinks that it's 5-1. We'll figure that out.
It must be 5-1.
Figure that out.
But that's not good for Aarhus actually. That could be very decisive.
Could actually be very, very important.